It's that time again. Time to get you caught up on the various developments in the world of Evangelion. In this installment, we'll be taking a look back at news from fall 2017. As always, there's plenty to cover, so let's just jump into it. In the fall, we didn't hear much concrete news about Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0. However, Kara did establish a secondary Twitter account, which seems to share periodic updates and looks behind the scenes. Many of these updates are vague and sometimes downright cryptic, but they serve as a friendly reminder to fans that they are hard at work, and that you can't, of course, work on an empty stomach. Also, here's a photo of a mess of cables that Anno took. They also released a shirt based on Tatsuya Kushida's promotional artwork. And one particular detail of interest to fans, Kara revealed that development of Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 was parallel to Shin Godzilla, and apparently, an initial draft of the film existed around January 2017. Kadokawa released the first two collected volumes of Neon Genesis Evangelion ANIMA on November 30th in Japan to commemorate the light novel's 10th anniversary. Evangelion ANIMA was a light novel by series mecha designer Ikoto Yamashita that was serialized in Dengeki Hobby magazine from 2008 to 2013. The light novel presented an alternate continuation that branched off from episode 24 of the TV series, bypassing the original TV ending, as well as the end of Evangelion. It featured events set several years after the original series, with various new and redesigned mecha. Now that Evangelion ANIMA has received a collected release, the possibility of it receiving an official, English-language version is looking much more hopeful. Come on, Dark Horse. You've released a whole bunch of other unusual Evangelion spin-offs. What's one more? Hideaki Anno and Dwango president Nobuo Kawakami were involved in a panel and Q&A session at N High School's Okinawa campus entitled "The 10 Things That Should Be Done in High School in Order to Work on Whatever You Want." The session was also live-streamed on the Nico Nico video platform on October 4th at 6 p.m., which seems quite timely given that Neon Genesis Evangelion originally premiered the same day in 1995. N High School is established by the Kadokawa Corporation to educate students interested in careers in various entertainment fields. This isn't Anno's first foray into teaching students. In 1999, he taught animation to a class at Enoshima Municipal Elementary School, the same school he attended as a child. Shin Godzilla aired Sunday, November 12th on TV Asahi Networks. According to a television ratings group, approximately 15.2% of households in the Kanto region tuned into the broadcast, which sounds quite respectable. It should be no surprise. The film was a huge hit in Japan, grossing 8.2 billion yen, or about 75.6 million in US dollars, and outperformed the 2014 American Godzilla in Japan, as well as Toho's prior Godzilla film, Godzilla Final Wars. It even outperformed Hideaki Anno's own Evangelion 3.0. Given that Shin Godzilla was such a huge hit during its initial theatrical release, many took to Twitter to join in the buzz around its television airing. In particular, there was one very odd exchange involving Tanita, a company that notably produces body fat scales. Tanita tweeted that Godzilla was too strong and dangerous, and that they should contact Megumi Ogata, voiced as Shinji Ikari. While Anno is responsible for Shin Godzilla and Evangelion, Ogata had nothing to do with Shin Godzilla, and so she apparently took it as a reference to her weight, and that she should use one of Tanita's body fat scales. A small Twitter feud ensued, and honestly, I don't know what to make of it, just that there's something about the brevity of Tanita's apology that I find very amusing. Given that Studio Kara was initially formed to produce the rebuild of Evangelion film series, many fans may be unaware what the studio have been doing during their several-year hiatus from Evangelion. Post-Evangelion 3.0, they continued to take contract animation work for other companies, most notably for Studio Ghibli's The Wind Rises, in which Hideaki Anno also voiced the lead role. In particular, Kara partnered with Dwango, the parent company of the video sharing site Nico Nico, to produce 2 seasons of the Animator Expo, a project whose goal was to offer new animators more exposure to a worldwide audience. The debut short, Otara Maijo's The Dragon Dentist, was adapted by Kara into a 2-part OVA which aired on NHK's premium broadcast satellite channel in February 2017. The anime was produced by Hideaki Anno and directed by Kazuhiro Tsurumaki. If you're interested, Sentai Filmworks licensed and released The Dragon Dentist in English on Blu-ray on October 31st, 2017. Finally, before we go, here's a roundup of a bunch of Evangelion cross-promotional campaigns. Dress, makers of various fishing gear, added Evangelion-themed fishing lures to its already ongoing line of Evangelion-branded fishing gear. They previously released a fish grasper in Unit 1 and Unit 2 designs, as well as rubber keychains and several different tackle totes. Takara Tomy, who produces Transformers toys in Japan, released an Evangelion Shinkansen Transformer, referred to as a Shinkalion. The Shinkalion transforms from the 500 type Eva Shinkansen into a robot, with one locomotive serving as a shield, and also wields a Spear of Longinus. For added measure, the Shinkalion can also combine with the E5 Shinkansen Transformer to form an even bigger robot, the E5 X500 type Eva Shinkalion. City Shrouded in Shadow was released to the PlayStation 4 in Japan on October 19th. The disaster survival game has the player escaping a city that is being devastated by battles involving giant monsters and robots from franchises including Godzilla, Gamera, Ultraman, Patlabor, and last but not least, Evangelion. The Curry House, Koko Ichibanya, and the Quasi-Zenith satellite system teamed up to create an Evangelion-themed GPS app to guide hungry fans to their nearest Koko Ichibanya restaurant. Studio Kara designed a logo for the satellite system, and restaurant patrons could enter a lottery for prizes, including a flight jacket, curry plates, a carry and charge bag, a cushion blanket, and Koko Ichibanya meal vouchers. The role-playing game Hortensia Saga on Android and iOS teamed up with Evangelion for a special campaign. Users who retweeted the collaboration's announcement would have a chance to win one of 5 SSR Shinji characters for use in the game. There were other stretch goals involved, including an SSR Kaoru if 20,000 people pre-registered for the collaboration. U-Treasure released a series of 7 Evangelion plug suit pendants to U-Treasure Online, Tokyo Otaku Mode, and the Evangelion store in Ikebukuro. The pendants featured colored accents and came in silver, gold, and platinum. Nothing says fashion like wearing a disembodied torso around your neck. And finally, Toyobo produced Evangelion-themed origami sheets from a special foldable polyester film known as Olyester. The origami set included 12 designs, including the various Eva units, the AT field, and more. As the sheets are made out of polyester, they're a bit more durable than paper, as well as waterproof and translucent. If you'd like to know more about anything in this video, links are available in the description down below. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Until next time, thanks for watching.